Tipping culture is getting out of control. The other day I went to this restaurant and I used a self-order kiosk to order my food. And after I ordered my food, they had the audacity to ask me if I wanted to leave a 25% tip. Like, bro, literally, y'all didn't do anything and y'all expect me to leave 25% tip for ordering my food and y'all just giving me my food? Like, no. I was fired up, and this is how we got to making this video. Tipping culture is spiraling out of control and it's hurting the consumer the most. In today's video, I'm not only going to get this trauma off my chest, but we're going to see how we can move forward in a productive way. If you find any value in this video, make sure you like and subscribe. It will mean the world to me. But let's get into the video. Before we can change anything, we must first go to the origin. The origin of tipping actually started in Europe during the Middle Ages. Wealthy people would give lower class people extra money for the services to show their wealth off. In the 1800s, Americans who traveled to Europe experienced tipping for the first time and thought it would be funny to bring tipping back to the States. The smart Americans fought back against the idea of tipping, but boy, humans would never miss a good opportunity to flex on each other. Tipping spread through America like wildfire. After the Civil War, America was flooded with formerly enslaved people, so employers took advantage of the low-educated and low-income people. They hired these people to work for them without paying them a real wage. Instead, they would just live off whatever the customers decided to give them. This helped businesses cut a lot of overhead caused by shifting the responsibility to pay the employees to the consumers. Many businesses replicated this model once they heard about it, but the Pullman Company in the 1860s became the Michael Jordan of not paying their employees. They hired the most formerly enslaved people, paid them no wages, and made them rely solely off of tips for their services. Big corporations might have discovered an unlimited money glitch with this one. Due to lobbying, they were able to get many bills passed, allowing them to be able to pay service workers below minimum wage. Basically, making the customers pay the employees that generated the business owners' money. And if you thought things couldn't get worse, well, bro, you don't know corporate America. Gratuity is a revolutionary tool in the service industry. Instead of leaving a suggested amount on your receipt, they just take that shit out of your bank account. And before y'all defry me in the comments, I'm not against tipping, but I am against forcefully paying a tip, especially if the service isn't up to par. If you go to any lounge in Atlanta right now, it's a 100% chance that you'll look at your bill and there will be an 18 to 25% gratuity fee added to your bill. The craziest thing I've ever experienced, one time I paid my tab and the waitress walked over to me like she had to tell me a secret. "Excuse me, sir, 20% gratuity has been taken out of your tab, but the service charge will be pulled together with all the other staff and employees that work here and divided evenly at the end of the week. Anything you leave me now will come directly to me." So now my mind's racing. I'm basically paying the salary of someone who didn't have any effect on my experience, bro, because the restaurant owners didn't want to pay their employees. Thinking about this made me mad all over again. Now I'm sitting here in front of this lady being peer pressured to leave another 20% tip after paying the gratuity. This doesn't make any sense, but I'm done complaining. What are some solutions? Honestly, I believe we should have some type of legislation to protect workers from having their tips taken and pulled together with other staff that didn't do anything to help me with my meal. Next, I think we should stop tipping people that don't deserve to be tipped, like bad servers, to-go orders, coffee shops, things like that. You know, if you didn't earn the tip, then you shouldn't be given a tip. Additionally, I think if actual service is being done and the service was good, we should leave a minimum 18% tip. Also, I think collectively we should realize that we're not obligated to tip, no matter how much peer pressure is placed upon you, no matter how many times they flip that iPad over. If they didn't do a service, we should not tip them, especially to people that do no work and expect to be tipped handsomely. Finally, I think we should band together to end gratuity altogether. Let the people decide what we want to leave. That's the end of my rant, but seriously, the average American can barely afford to pay their bills right now. There should be no reason in the 21st century that restaurants are relying on the people to be their payroll. Pay your employees a livable wage like everybody else. Tipping should be extra, not the standard. Again, I have no problem leaving the 25% tip for great service, but let me have the choice to leave the tip, because next time someone flips over an iPad after I ordered takeout, I'm gonna throw the iPad out the window.